Hey everybody, welcome to a brand new video. Today, we will be going through Season 1, Episode 12 of Disventure Camp. Format is simple. Leaks, episode analysis, Alec and Fiore rant. Conclusion, without further delay, let's get into the video. Also keep in mind, the disclaimers.
I'm not going to jump. I refuse. Wait, what are you doing?
I don't think I can talk about this episode without covering the leaks. To those who do not know, the entire episode got leaked by a Patreon. Many saw it, but it eventually got taken down by OSC, rightfully so. I just find that absolutely insane. Like, who would have ever expected it to happen? I think now, my main worry is if the finale is going to get leaked, maybe by the same person. As much as I would like to watch any episode early law, I'm too broke for Patreon. Leaking the finale would just destroy the season. Another thing I'm worried for is spoilers for who wins, but still, this is an issue that I hope resolves itself somehow. Because spoilers, for me, just ruin an episode. There's a good reason I somewhat avoid OSC when an episode is about to release law. I think there was also fake spoilers or rumors spread by some Patreons about a double from Ellie and Fiore. I don't know though. In any case, I think that's basically all I can cover when it comes to the leaks. We will see the future of them, I suppose. On to the actual episode analysis.
I'm not going to jump. I refuse. Wait, what are you doing?
We begin with us seeing the campers asleep. Then we notice them all waking up to the sound of Trevor. Fiore is annoyed as heck till she learns it's a surprise. She wants food relatable, then Trevor reveals it's letters, which Fiore ain't fond of. Fair point. Trevor hands them each letters and gives Fiore's letter to Alec because she walked off. Just give the child her food at this point. We learn that Miriam has a cat named Biscuits. Fun fact, I'm a huge cat person, so I was stoked to see it. We then see a picture of her husband and son, which is sad to see, but happy that it managed to motivate her. And yes, Miriam, they would be very proud of you. Moving to Ellie's letter, she gets a happy motivation from her father, then bills. Which did they bill her expecting her to be able to pay while she has no money and access to her at the moment? We move to Fiore and Alec's interaction. Fiore finishes a book, talks to Alec, burns her letter, which I'm still very curious about her remark, but there's gotta be more to it. She then says she wants servants when she wins the million. It's the fact Alec supports this too. We learn about Alec's marriage is going to end in divorce, and he has finally accepted the fact that the marriage, the love, it all died a while ago. This honestly was heartbreaking to see. He lost it all, and he thought he would still have Fiore, but in reality, he lost her too. Alec is never going to trust anyone like he did with Fiore again because of it all. Just again, hurts to see. We move on to the Ellie and Miriam conversation, which Miriam makes a deal with Ellie to not vote her and to eliminate Alec. I love seeing Miriam become strategical, but she said she was gonna become evil somewhat. Nothing she did this episode was evil to me. She was loyal to her promises, made alliances, which all worked well. So yay, on to the challenge. There's duos. There's a cliff. Jump off that cliff into a circle, and you're good. I adore the TDI reference here. Ellie and Alec both jump into the circle successfully. We flip back to Fiore and Miriam, and we have an iconic TDI reference, and easily the best moment of the episode. I'll play it now.
To jump? I refuse. Wait, what are you doing?
Fiore and Miriam lose even after it all, which Fiore is, to put it lightly, not too fond of that. We move on to the next competition, which is tug of war. Fiore and Miriam try, but Fiore eventually gets yeeted to the other side, and they lose again. 2-0. Also, it's the fact Derek and Trevor bet on this. I need to see Derek's reaction to Trevor winning the bet. Alec sits down with Fiore and talks with her. Alec, you should be. Never said that. That was your demise. Help anyway. Miriam goes and convinces Ellie to throw and help her because Alec is a tough opponent. Everyone was against Alec this episode, and it's just sad. It works. Ellie then works with Miriam and tries to flop the challenges. Though I could say more on this, that basically summarizes the rest of the challenges, which was kinda boring, like it felt same old. That could just be me. Anyways, Fiore got so tortured this episode, and I was also bored, so I made a compilation of it. I'm gonna put it here, since I don't know where else to put it, so enjoy.
What are you doing?
I have an idea.
What are you going to do?
Just try to catch the flag.
That hurt!
Anyway, Trevor has a dance party, and Derek just doesn't agree. The two begin to bicker a little bit, and we learn that they had been trying to get a reality show for years, finally did, and were causing animals to perish so they could expand for a new season. Though this was great or cool to learn, all I was really wondering is where is Jensen? B are Gabby and Tom okay? And see, those are 3 color flags? Foreshadowed the F3 hard. Moving on to the challenges, which I'll just speedrun through. Alec makes fire. Ellie stops fire by giving it to Miriam. Fiore notices. Next challenge, Ellie throws by purposefully falling, which gives Miriam and Fiore another win. We move to the tiebreaker or convo before. Tiebreaker, though I'll more focus on this in my rant. How the heck was this conversation enough to convince her to betray Alec? Some of you all in the comments have pointed out this factor I never really considered beforehand. Fiore has only cared about herself her entire life. Caring about Alec is a weakness, her first weakness, and she, if she wishes to complete her goals, has to get rid of that weakness. But if this was the case, why wasn't this what the build-up was focused upon? The build-up, though little, showed Miriam formatting Alec as a threat, not a weakness. As well, it was never stated why this was a weakness to her goals. Matter of fact, what were her goals? What are they? Sure, she wants servants, but how is caring about Alec going to affect her wanting servants? Sure, he might win the money, but isn't that case the same with Ellie and Miriam? She's still physically weaker than either of them, plus both hate her guts. With Alec, you have a confirmed F2 spot with him because he views you as weaker. He cares deeply about you. I'm going to end this now, but more will be stated in a second. For the rant, back to the episode. Miriam offers a F to deal with Fiore, but how does she know she will stay loyal? They've been enemies this entire game. Then the pole challenge serves to Fiore, which she is happy about as expressed in a confessional. Miriam falls, then Ellie convinces Alec to fall as well, and she gets her karma on Alec by purposefully making them lose. They then get the option for who to bring who they wish to the finale with them. Miriam obviously picks Ellie, then Fiore picks Ellie to crying. Alec and Fiore exchange a few choice words with one another. Then the episode ends with Trevor and Derek introducing the F3 again and saying to wait for the finale. On to the rant.
I'm not going to jump. I refuse. Wait, what are you doing?
So welcome to my rant about Alec and Fiore's elimination and how I just hate the way this elimination was handled. I hate all of that. Okay, so Fiore, over the course of the episodes, we've seen grow to care for Alec. Even last episode, we've seen her be like, yes, I care for Alec. That's just weird. And I think that was a great revelation to have for her character, because to me, it makes her character less one-dimensional, because Fiore is a very gimmicky character per se. She sticks to her gimmick. She doesn't grow from that much. And Alec was a character that let her grow from that gimmick and let her become something more, gave her more depth, showed that she had a heart down there. And episode 12 just threw it all with the orange trash can by making her vote against Alec, getting him out. Now, I wouldn't mind this as much if it actually had build-up, if this betrayal had build-up, if we saw tiny hints across the episodes that she's like, I do care for Alec, but I might need to betray him, but we never see that development. And you can argue, well, there's one conversation. It was 5 seconds. There is no way a 5-second conversation convinced Fiore against somebody who in canon she's been working with for a month, and in canon has probably been spending every living day with. A 5-second conversation cannot do that in my eyes. It just can't. Yes, if it had more build-up, I wouldn't mind as much, but still I would be mad, because now Fiore feels a lot more one-dimensional. It feels like she's just a gimmick. It feels like all the past episodes we've seen with Alec and Fiore were just pure wasteful. If this was always gonna happen, if she was always just gonna betray Alec in the end. And it just doesn't work right. I know it should hit, but all it does for me is it just makes me mad, make me like Fiore a lot less, and also in turn make me like Alec a lot less. And beforehand, I did like Alec, but he's just so one-dimensional too, because all he does is he has that backstory and his arc with Fiore. His arc with Fiore is throwing in the trash, and his backstory is just, it wasn't that interesting in the very end, and it also felt inconcluded. Some of y'all in the comments also pointed that out, and I completely agree, because it just doesn't end it. The ending for Alec's character does not work in the slightest. It is a horrible ending to his character, and I just cannot with this. There are much better routes they could take. In my opinion, what they should have done is they should have made Fiore vote with Alec and just not listen to Miriam, and like have a confessional about, look, and it's a smarter move overall. I'm just gonna quickly say it's a smarter move because we know Alec would sacrifice pretty much anything for Fiore, and how did Fiore not realize that? Maybe she's not emotionally aware enough as that 6-year-old child, but even then she should realize the fact that, yeah, Alec really does care about her, and the way he speaks to her and all of that, and it's just, that's not the point. She would vote with Alec and just vote to get Ellie, and then we see an Alec versus Ellie, and this is where Ellie gets revenge on Alec by beating him in the tiebreaker. Fiore and Alec have a sweet goodbye, and it doesn't destroy the dynamic. It gives a good ending to Alec, it makes Fiore a lot less one-dimensional, and makes her have a little bit heroic, even though she is the main villain, and it works so well. Why didn't they take that route? I get it, you want the drama, but drama at the expense of other characters is not what I like to see. Like Jake, they sacrificed his character for episode 10 and 11 drama. That's what they did. And it just, okay. Ending of Rant, back to beta.
I'm not going to jump. I refuse. Wait, what are you doing?
Overall, this episode was pretty good. It just gets very weak in the end. It's also more challenge focused, and I'm more so a person that leans towards character-driven episodes, so that also is just personal preference on this. S2 also needs to be rewritten with all these new plot holes. Anyways, what are your thoughts on this episode? Comment them down below if you want. That's all from me though. Thanks so much again for watching, and have a wonderful day or night.